Wednesday and Thursday, we've got these leader debates, and I think there's going to be a lot of people in Canada pay attention to them. Probably like almost never before, maybe as important as those 1988 free trade debates between John Turner and Brian Mulroney. So, given that I've interviewed lots of different people and talked a lot about what the leaders should be talking about, what the issues are in Canada today, I thought that I would give you what I would say if I had the opportunity to be on that stage and present myself. And I would give my agenda for Canada going forward if I had that opportunity to implement an agenda for Canada, and it is a very future-oriented one. First of all, no question, Donald Trump has changed the trade relationship between Canada and the United States and the United States and the rest of the world. The geopolitical global trading regime has changed. So what do? Do we do reciprocal tariffs, retaliatory tariffs? Do we tit for tat? I think what we do is we show leadership, that we believe that free trade is good. And we can do that through three ways. First of all, we need free trade in Canada. Interprovincial trade barriers gone. Non-trade barriers gone. Number two, what we can do is we can negotiate as quickly as possible diversification of our trade situation by negotiating even better free trade agreements with Europe, with Asia, et cetera. And we should be a leader in the world in that regard, wanting to, before the G7 meetings in June, show to the world that Canada is a trading nation, that it's benefited from trade, and that's going to lead the way in free trade negotiations. And then three, we should put together a first proposal and present it to Donald Trump for a renegotiation of NAFTA that does what we want, which is free trade, but also protects critical cultural industries and other sectors of our society that we believe are strong and important for Canada. So that's number one. Show leadership in free trade. Number two, I think we should be an energy superpower. I think that we've got this opportunity, but we've squandered it. And we squandered it because we haven't diversified our markets away from the United States. And that's because we have restricted pipeline production and terminal production from Alberta to the BC West Coast. And I think we need to change that immediately, right away. And I think it has to happen through both oil as well as natural gas and liquefied natural gas plants. And we need to do that not only in Vancouver, Burnaby area, but farther up north where there's deep water ports. And we need to do it now, right away, on a very expedited basis, so that we can ensure that we've got other markets than just the United States, so we can ensure that we get market global pricing for our energy, so that we can make use of the cleanest, most ethical, most democratic energy in the world to benefit other societies and Canada, and to ensure that it's not necessarily Venezuela, Russia, OPEC that can have the control from an energy standpoint on the balance of the world. We can play a very important geopolitical way in the world by doing so. I also think that nuclear has an important role, and so therefore mining the nuclear and also small nuclear reactor plants, as well as the CANDU plants, I think play an important role. And as we talked about earlier today, I think the data centers that can come, the aluminum production that can come, the industries that need that clean and cheap power should be located near the nuclear power plants, and we should be exploiting that opportunity. And third, critical minerals. It's crazy that people are saying that critical minerals for a lot of the technology that's being produced today comes only from China. It comes also from Canada, if only we would take it out of the ground. And so we've got to dramatically accelerate our approvals of those mines. We've got to dramatically improve and accelerate our investment in those mines. And then we've got to make sure that we get them out of the ground into the markets, if not actually make use of producing them here in Canada. Three, we need to have affordable housing. We have an intergenerational inequity that has grown to exist that we just can't allow to continue. And I think that while some have talked about investment in housing, I think what we need is more housing supply, and that comes, I think, through deregulating. Through getting rid of the NIMBYism, getting rid of the red tape and regulations where it takes 3 to 4 times as long to get a development approved as it does to actually build it, the taxes, the development fees. We know how to solve the housing problem. I'm convinced of it. We just haven't bitten the bullet to actually get it done. And it's an own goal. Our regulatory processes have created this situation and imposed upon it ourselves, such that we've robbed our young people of the opportunity of housing a house. I also think that it has, the negative impact of people having to commute way too long to get to work. I think that is a lack of productivity in our society. I think it has harmed migration, which is a lack of productivity in society. I think it has harmed our social life. And I think that is a very negative impact. And I think we got to change that right away. Number 4, I think we need to think about investment-oriented infrastructure. I think we've not invested in infrastructure the way that we have in the past, that we need to in the future. And I think that is pipelines, which we've already talked about. I think it's electrical grid. I think it is highways. I think it is fast rail. I think it is critical minerals. I think it is airport terminals. I think we should be thinking about making sure that we've got a long-term plan of investment in infrastructure that is the pride of the world. We should have the best infrastructure in the world here. It's bridges, it's tunnels, it's rail, it's pipelines, it's grids, etc. We've got that opportunity to do it, particularly if we've got a situation where there's tariffs against steel, aluminum, our housing business, etc. Is potentially challenged. We should be putting people to work, building the infrastructure we need for the future of this country. Number 5, I think I'm up to, is a growth and prosperity agenda. I don't think we've been focused on productivity like we need to. I don't think we have been focused on prosperity like we need to. We've been too focused on redistribution, not enough in growing the pie. And I think that comes from a couple of different things. It comes from infrastructure, it comes from R&D investment, it comes from making sure that we've got the capital markets that we need to have, such that people have got an opportunity to invest in Canadian innovation and opportunities. I think it comes with the right taxation system that rewards people that want to invest and want to innovate. I think it comes with making sure that great opportunities in the pharmaceutical and the biotech and the green tech, in the fintech space, stay in Canada and develop in Canada. Why is it we're so proud that we created IAI initially, but yet Japan, China, and the United States are taking off with it? We should be furthering the development of the technologically leading opportunities in this world in Canada. I think we need to have peace through strong defense. We have been a freeloader on military investment, on defense investment, on peace around the world, because we have dramatically underinvested to our commitments to NATO and to what I think is right in our world today. And I think we should ramp up to 2 to 3% of GDP on defense as soon as possible. And we should be expanding the size of the Canadian military. We should be buying jets. We should be buying frigates. We should be buying icebreakers. We should be establishing bases in the north. We should be employing the right people. We should be playing a role in NATO in protecting the eastern flank. And we should be willing to play that role in peacekeeping, whether it be in the Middle East or in Haiti or wherever we're called around the world. We were proud of that role we played that earned us the Nobel Peace Prize for Lester Pearson and gave us the respect around the world. But we don't have that today. And I wonder and worry why. And we've got to invest in it. And then last, and I think, frankly, most importantly, we've got to think again about national unity. And it's come up now of recent because of the threat. And I guess that's great, but I wish we could have that sense of national unity just in a normal course. And I think there's a couple of things. I travel across this country a lot in business, and it's a huge opportunity and a benefit that I've got from my business career. I'm not sure Canadians travel across the country enough and see how beautiful this country is, how wonderful the different people are. I worry that not enough of us, me included, know the 2 official languages and or maybe even a couple of words in some of our Indigenous languages. I think we should ramp up the teaching of conversational French. And it should be an objective of a lot of us, if not all of us, that we have conversational French. And there are AI programs now that make it supposedly far easier to learn a language. I think we should think about Katimavik and some other programs that, like the Katimavik of the Pierre Trudeau era or of the Peace Corps in the United States, that bring young people together and mix them up with Canadians from across the country and give them an opportunity to go out and do good works and developments with people from other parts of Canada, elsewhere in Canada. So we all get to know other Canadians and other parts of Canada. I think we need to think about how we knit our country together, how we become a strong Canada again. Anyway, that's my agenda for what I would be saying if I had the opportunity to speak to Canada on one of those national leader debates. Thanks for listening. Good night, everybody. I appreciate you joining me and giving me this opportunity to rant. Good night.